रिकॉर्डिंग स्टार्ट कर देते हैं and let us share the PPT. And now today we are going to summarize the unit number 4 in a fast forward way, because last two lectures we already invested in understanding the various topics but in a discrete manner. अलग अलग तरीके से अलग अलग वीडियोस देख के एनिमेशन देख के we try to understand different aspects. Now we will put all those understandings in a streamlined way, in a syllabus way. Okay, अभी जब syllabus देखेंगे so probably you will feel कि हाँ ये चीजें पता है, हाँ these are the obvious things, हाँ ये करते हैं, अरे हाँ ये वीडियो में देखा था, अरे हाँ ये एनालॉग कम्युनिकेशन में सुना था. Yes, we have worked on few topics in ESD, electronic system design. Mini project के time में भी हमने यही किया था, and kind of stuff. So this will be a kind of recollecting your all understandings which you learned in previous 3 years. Okay. So जब भी exam की बात आएगी, if you know the bullets, the topics, the points on which you have to write the answer, you can write it down, no problem. But important thing is you need to know what to write. How to write is okay, but important is what to write. Okay, so we will go with the content. So fundamental definitions, we will see those, then routing topology configurations, then layer stack up assignment. मतलब जो मल्टी लेयर की बात हो रही थी कि भाई डबल स्लाइडर, 3 लेयर, 4 लेयर, 10 लेयर, 11 लेयर, 20 लेयर, 50 लेयर्स, तो वो कैसे करते हैं. देन ग्राउंडिंग मेथोलॉजी, सो दैट वी विल रिड्यूस द EMI. aspect ratio is something related to the distance in between the tracks. Then image planes, once again to reduce the RF coupling in between the tracks. Then functional partitioning, so that we will group the uh, schematic components depending on their functions, maybe memory related functions, maybe processing related functions, or analog or digital functions, and so on. Critical frequencies, this is important when we are doing PCB designing and track length. Bypassing and decoupling, bypassing is bypassing your spikes in the circuit, and decoupling is decoupling the interference in between the two parts of circuit of same circuit. Okay, then design techniques for ESD protection and guard band implementation. Okay, electrostatic discharge, very interesting thing over here. uh, I don't remember whether I have told you this thing in third year or not, but ESD, that is electronic, what I said, discharge. Okay, this happens, and due to this your ICs get damaged. Okay, many times we spoke, I guess I told you in third year also, but I will revise once again. Many times you are asked not to handle your digital ICs with bare hands, because those may damage your internal MOSFETs. Now, probably you might have came across the cross-section view of an MOSFET. If I write down here N plus N plus, this is going to be P substrate, and this is a example of N MOSFET. It will have its leads. Okay, gate at source, drainer source, and this will be gate, and this will be substrate. Okay. Now we know that if I consider this is a channel length of 1 nanometer. Okay, 1 nanometer, and we are putting our thumb. Okay, we are putting our thumb over here. This is thumb. Okay, so what actually we are doing, every human body do have voltage, and let us assume that the human body over here, the thumb over here, is applying 1 volt to that particular gate terminal. Okay, what exactly is happening over here, we are applying 1 volt to channel, MOSFET channel of length 1 nanometer. This is our assumption, 1 nanometer का channel length है. So I can say that 1 volt per 1 nanometer, or I can say that okay, this is nothing but 1 into 10 raised to 9 volt per meter. इस नैनो को मैं न्यूमरेटर में लेके चला गया. So due to this tremendous voltage, this is a lightning voltage, am I right? Gigavolt. You are applying this much amount of volt to that MOSFET, so surely that MOSFET is going to die. Okay, and therefore your digital ICs gets damaged, and at the time of examination we have to buy the new set of the digital ICs because old digital ICs do not work because we handled them at some moment of time with bare hands. Okay, so all the topics we can discuss on the this slide itself. Okay, but let us go with some drawings and explanation. So introduction and fundamental definitions. So what is a printed circuit board? It is a circuit made of electrical tracks laid on your maybe ferrite core, okay, or polymer core, okay. Then role of PCB in electronic design. Everyone knows that if there were no PCB till date, we would have the computers of the room size. PCB are very important, and as your design techniques and technology is increasing, it is getting more and more difficult because around 20 or 30 years back we were having the designs in the range of megahertz. जैसे नोकिया फोन होते थे कि भाई उनका जो प्रोसेसर है it works on 20 megahertz, 30 megahertz, 40 megahertz. But nowadays your processors maybe in the mobile, maybe in the computers work around 4 gigahertz. So this is a microwave range, and therefore we say that digital is no more digital. Even if we say that the digital logic ones and zero, digital is no more digital. It has become analog, or on the safer side we can say that RF design. Okay, and whenever we say that RF design, a lot of issues come into picture. Okay, the basic terminologies used in the PCB is tracing. Tracing is nothing but your tracks. Okay, many of the times you are going to use the traces as a synonym of the tracks. Then etching. This is something related to manufacturing of PCB. Everyone knows that PCB comes with the copper clad. Okay, copper clad. The whole ferrite material or polymer material is coated with copper, and on that copper material we have our tracing. Okay, and after that we each our copper clad each, okay, ETCH, each our copper clad in the acid. So the whichever part of the copper was exposed to the acid, it will get dissolved, and rest of the copper will be there, which will create tracks. Lamination, we do laminate the tracks so that there will be no corrosion effect due to the oxides in the air. Trace width, we have to calculate the trace width. Track width जो होती है आपकी, okay, we have to calculate because the width is going to define the resistance. Resistance is going to define the lots of width is going to define resistance as well as inductance as well as capacitance, and all of them going to contribute to EMI, electromagnetic interference. Copper clad जो PCB का type है, then substrate which is nothing but the ferrite core or polymer core. Okay, layers are the layers of the tracks. Multiple layers can be there, and vias are nothing but the contacts in between the tracks. So if we say that this is a PCB and we do have a copper plate over here and another copper plate over here, and we want to have the connection in between the two, so we can drill out in this area and we can fill the material here in this hole. Okay, this hole which is going to connect with the upper copper layer and to the bottom copper layer. This hole is called as via. Okay, then we have gone through the IPC standards. So we do have lots of IPC standard. You need not to memorize the numbers, definitely not, but you can summarize like okay, we do have the standards for calculation of track lengths and widths. Okay, then we do have standards for various materials, which materials we can use. standards for power supply design. Okay, we do have standards for components specific for the particular temperature range and operating conditions. So we can have lots of standards which are listed over here. So you can see the acceptability standard for manufacture, inspection and testing of electronic enclosure. It's okay if you do not remember this number, but remember for what different purposes we do have the standards. Okay, तो वो आपको लिस्ट आउट करके रखना है. You need not to remember the numbers of standards. Okay, you do have standards for test methods. You do have standards for high speed and frequency, then material declaration, then solder mask. Okay, copper files, SMT reliability. What do you mean by SMT? It is surface mount technology. Okay, and if we do have D instead of T, so that will be surface mount devices. In routing topology, how we can route our tracks onto the PCB, and we will say also inside the PCB. So what is routing? It is nothing but analogous to your cables, analogous to your wires in the electronic equipments. Okay, analog and digital runs must be considered as separate. Okay, usually in most of the cases analog are lower frequency, its frequency is less compared to the digital signals. Okay, इसकी frequency कम होती है, so we have to make a separate arrangement for the analog track and digital track. If you use common ground, okay, for the analog and digital, so this is going to create noise interference. ओके, आपने ये डिजिटल कम्युनिकेशन भी सुना होगा कि सुपर इम्पोजिशन of higher frequency signal onto the lower frequency signal generates the noise. Okay, so good and bad routing examples means the we need not to go for the common ground, make a distance in between the two tracks, analog as well as digital. Okay, issues of PCB size. Nowadays everyone knows that we are having smaller and smaller PCBs, and those are going to work on a radio frequency that is gigahertz range. So there will be a problem, a new problem of heating. तो हीटिंग मैकेनिज्म आपको प्रोवाइड करना बहुत जरूरी है. कूलिंग मैकेनिज्म, सॉरी, हीटिंग होता है लेकिन वी हैव टू प्रोवाइड अ कूलिंग मैकेनिज्म. Then we have to incorporate lots of components on a smaller size of PCB. So we have to go for SMD packages. Okay, we have to go for SoC, system on chip kind of stuff, क्योंकि अकेला प्रोसेसर और बहुत सारे इंटरफेसिंग मॉड्यूल्स करना मतलब आपकी पीसीबी की साइज इंक्रीज करना. सो इंस्टेड ऑफ हैविंग दैट, go for system on chip, just like your Snapdragon processor. Okay, whenever we go for Snapdragon processor, it is a system on chip. उसके अंदर ही आपका ADC है, DAC है, and so on. The ARM controllers are also SoCs. Okay, interconnect parameters. These are nothing but the tracks. So whenever we talk about the metals, okay, metals always have cross-section area. Therefore, they will have some sort of resistance. Metals will have some amount of current flowing it through it, so they will have the inductance. There will be adjacent metal tracks. So adjacent metal tracks or traces, these are going to create the capacitances. You cannot get rid of these terms. No, even if you use gold, platinum as materials, you cannot get rid of these RLC components. Okay, power and ground traces routing. Do remember that if we do have some component layer, then we will have the power layer as well as ground layer. Okay, this is power plane. I will say that plane. These are our components, and this will be ground. And whenever we do have multiple layer design, Then what we will have? We will have another component layer. Okay, this is another component layer, and we will put a power plane. Okay, we will put a power plane. So what exactly happening? This ground plane is utilized by this component layer as well as this component layer. So we do have the stacking of the planes, and these are also called as the image planes. Okay, so this is nothing but ground and power planes in multi-layer PCB. So we do have a kind of sharing in between those two. Then पीसीबी माउंटिंग कंसिडरेशंस, जो कंपोनेंट माउंटिंग करने वाले हो तो उसमें क्या क्या कंसीडर करना जरूरी है? प्लेसिंग, वेयर यू वांट टू प्लेस योर कंपोनेंट्स. Okay, if you are using a DIP package, okay, and if you want to have the decoupling capacitor, it is always better to put the decoupling capacitor near leads of package. Okay, IC DIP package, dual inline package. Okay, separation between the components होना बहुत जरूरी है. If in some cases we are going to use the inductance, then this is going to create electromagnetic interference. We cannot get rid of the inductance if we are using the transformers. Okay, transformers may be toroidal transformers or the usual bulky transformer. Everywhere you will find the inductance, and they will have their field around it. Then placing the components in groups, always try to have the analog components placed together and digital components placed together so that the changes in the analog will not hamper the changes in the digital and vice versa. Then partitioning concepts, these are the same analog and digital, but in digital we want to partition whether the components are related to memory, whether components are related to processors, whether components are related to bus, maybe address bus or data buses. Okay, whether components are related to data conversions, ADC and DSCs, whether the components are related to what I will say DMA and peripheral controllers. Okay, peripheral controllers. So according to functionality we can partition, and according to frequency of operation as well, frequency of operation we can partition our design. Then critical trace routing. Critical trace means a trace or track having highest frequency of operation. Best example is your clock. A track or trace having a clock signal is the most important track or trace which we need to consider, because it is going to conduct gigahertz frequency and it is going to create way lots of nonsense into the schematic. Then safety considerations in the routing. Distance सही रखो. Calculate the width of the track depending upon the amount of current and voltages and frequency. Both side trace density relation. आपने देखा होगा कि भाई पीसीबी पे बहुत सारे ट्रैक्स एकदम एडजेसेंटली होते हैं, और जहां पे भी ऐसे बहुत नियर बाय ट्रैक्स होते हैं उनके आजू बाजू we do have a large plane of copper or some conducting material. Okay, तो ये जब भी है, this means these are their current rating and voltage ratings are very less. Their frequency, operating frequency is also less. Therefore, we can put those tracks very near to each other. Okay. Concept of signal integrity. Whenever we talk about the signal integrity, it is also associated with the track density, and it is nothing but L di by dt and C dV by dt. Okay, what is the rate of change of voltage and what is the rate of change of current in the tracks. Okay, तो signal integrity में मतलब जहाँ पे भी मतलब along with these two relations we do have impedance matching. अगर tracks का impedance match नहीं होता है तो then we will have the reflections and VSWR concepts in our design. Okay, then crosstalk, forward and backward, very important. We do have two tracks. Both of the tracks are having the same current direction. So they will have their electric field around it. And let us say the frequency of this track is very high compared to the frequency of this track, which is very low. So these are going to create additive coupling. मतलब वो कपलिंग बहुत ज्यादा इंक्रीज होने वाला है. So instead of that, what we usually try to have the opposite direction of the tracks. So if one have the direction of electric field in this way, then other will have the direction of electric field in this way, opposite direction. So this is going to create subtractive coupling. Okay, मतलब जो भी इंटरफेरेंस है ना वो थोड़ा सा रिड्यूस हो जाएगा. Okay. If we do have impedance mismatch, then we will have ringing and reflections from the lower side. Then ground bounce. If we are using the same ground terminal, then lots of currents are going to pass through the ground plane. So, and ground is nothing but metal. Metal is nothing but resistance, and lots of currents are flowing through the ground. So therefore, I can say that there are lots of I square R losses इन द ग्राउंड प्लेन. उसकी वजह से ग्राउंड का वोल्टेज बढ़ जाता है. Therefore we say that it is a ground bounce. Do remember that ground bounce relates shift of 0 volt to increase in the voltage. Okay, ये 0 volt जो assume करते हैं वो increase हो जाता है. Whereas when we consider power bounce, okay, or supply bounce, let us write down supply bounce. Okay, so usually let us assume that 5 volt is the supply voltage for our design. It gets reduced, ये voltage reduce होता है तो उसको कहते हैं supply bounce. Ground bounce voltage increase होता है, supply bounce voltage decrease होता है. इसकी वजह से जो Q point है आपका डिजाइन का वो डिस्टर्ब हो जाता है. Both are the very important terms. Then high speed board design. So whenever we are dealing with high speed, so we have to take consider the lambda relation, which is nothing but c upon f. C is the speed of light and f is the frequency of operation of that particular track, and this decides the wavelength, and wavelength is going to decide the length of the track. Okay, length of the track or trace, both important. So whenever we do have high frequency, then we do have transmission line effects and signal integrity issues. Transmission line and signal routing becomes very much critical when we are designing a PCB like motherboard for a computer. So here material selection for PCB substrate becomes very important. Okay. Nowadays we do have multi material PCBs as well, so that they will reduce the coupling and the interferences. Then clock signal routing, it has to be kept as a separate plane so that it won't interfere with other signals. Differential signal routing जो मैंने अभी किया था, बताया था आपको कि subtractive coupling होता है, that is nothing but a differential signal routing. Then concept of propagation delay and signal speed. Okay, in looped and distributed circuits. Looped and distributed circuit मतलब जहाँ पे inductance and capacitance है. तो whenever we do have those tracks, long tracks, okay, long traces, those will be associated with the capacitances and inductances. So we will always have the propagation delay 1 upon RC component associated with the tracks. Okay, so we do have tau is equal to 1 upon RC, and also due to the capacitances we do have some rise time and fall time associated with the signals. Okay, a rise time and a fall time. Okay, fall time. So 10% to 90%, 90% to 10% is the value. Okay, अगर ये सही सही मैनेज नहीं करते हो आप due to propagation delays and RC components of the tracks, you will end up into the setup and hold time violations. Okay, और setup and hold time violations अगर होते हैं तो your logic of the circuit may fail. Then another part is two main methods of signal routing are strip line and microstrip signal routing. मतलब क्या? Here we do have a ground plane or a power plane, and we do have another ground plane, and we do have track or trace which is in between, sandwiched in between these two image planes. Okay, what we call them as image planes. Then this is called as strip line routing. Whereas if we do have a ground plane alone and we do have a track, and somewhere on the same side of the track we do have power plane, then this is called as microstrip routing. Okay. The dielectric material over here, this is nothing but the PCB material. Okay. And looking at the geometry, can I say that we will have one capacitor over here and another capacitor over here. Similarly, we will have one capacitor over here throughout your PCB. So this kind of uh, routing becomes very crucial when we are dealing with the higher frequency range. And straightforward, we can say that over here we do have lower capacitance, okay, compared to here, because comparatively we will have the higher capacitance over here. Why I said over here we do have lower capacitance, because two capacitors are in series, and whenever we say that two capacitors are in series, their equivalent capacitance reduces. Okay. Then differential routing. So we do have routing, let us say track A, another track A having the width A, okay, and we do have these traces. So we have to consider the separation in between the two tracks. Okay, the separation between the two tracks reduce the crosstalk. क्यों करना है? Crosstalk reduce करना है. So if we do have lower frequency signals flowing through this track and this track, okay, those can be spaced near to each other. But if we have the higher frequency tracks, then it has to be spaced in a different way. Okay. A thumb rule, I will say, a thumb rule is if we have a width of a track or trace is equal to A, then the separation distance in between the two tracks is 4A, minimum 4A. Okay, this is a thumb rule, not necessarily you have to go with the 4A. Sometimes 2A can do the job, or single A can do the job. What is the A? A is the width of the track. Okay. So if we are dealing with the lower frequency signals, okay, a single A can do your job without creating any interference. Okay. Then also we have to think about the impedance matching and termination schemes. Okay, we have to think about transmission lines. Importance of impedance matching in reducing ringing and reflection. We know that we always go with an example of a CRO probe. Okay, with 50 ohm termination, so that we will have less amount of reflection and less amount of ringing into the waveforms which are observed on the CRO screen. Okay. Then the different methods of termination used while designing the PCB. You can consider terminated in a load impedance, terminated in characteristic impedance. Okay. Sometimes we terminate our lines in an open circuit format. Okay, so that we will not have any uh, ringing or reflection from the load side, and so on. I'm not concentrating much more on this topic because you already studied the transmission line as a whole unit. Okay, so all the concept you studied in the transmission line are applicable over here. Then layer stack up assignment in PCB means multiple layer PCB. So we have to think about the layer count, which depends on the total number of layers, which is dependent on the complexity of the board. Then signal layers कितने हैं, then high speed signal layers planning करना जरूरी है because those are going to create the interference. Then we have to think about the power and ground layers. Then ground plane and capacitor placement strategy, yeah, important है because this is going to create lots of capacitance. Sometimes those will be in parallel or sometimes those will be in series, which are going to increase our RC component and in turn propagation delay. Then plane layer separation, we are going to see that as image planes and copper weight. This is very important because this is, if you use more amount of copper, this will lead to more amount of I square R losses. Then grounding methodology, everyone knows about the grounding. Okay, then we have to think about the ground wire. uh, it has to have more cross section area. Do you remember that if we do have a small track for the ground, this is cross section area, then this is going to increase the resistance because this is nothing but rho L upon A is reduced, then resistance is increased. Therefore we always try to have more width for the ग्राउंड ट्रैक। ओके, तो यहाँ पे क्रॉस सेक्शन एरिया बढ़ गया, देयरफॉर आपका रेजिस्टेंस कम हो गया। ग्राउंड इज नेवर एट 0 वोल्ट। ओके, do have resistance, so it is always above 0 volt. We have to arrange the ground plane so that we will also reduce the coupling in between the two. Use a different ground plane and signal plane for the returning path. Sometimes we use the chassis as a ground because chassis of the device is having lots of cross section area, and in turn it is also going to help us to reduce the EMI from the adjacent circuits. Okay, the ground trace connecting the chassis, it is very important, and sometimes it is also useful for the guard bands. We will see the what do you mean by guard bands soon. Okay. In grounding methodology, we also studied grounding methodology previously also. Okay, so single point ground where only for low level and low frequency circuits operating at below 1 gigahertz, sorry, megahertz. Then multi-point ground technique for high level frequency circuits above 1 megahertz. Every component do have separate track. Okay, separate track. And over here, all the tracks are shorted together before reaching to the ground plane. And then hybrid to handle with the RC components and capacitances generated, we can have the decoupling and bypassing capacitors. Okay, specifically in this diagram, we do have the decoupling capacitors so that we will reduce the RF interference. Then aspect ratio. Aspect ratio is a term commonly used to define the ratio of width to height. Okay, the term also refers to the ratio of longer dimension to the shorter ones of the tracks. With the definition, how aspect ratio relates to EMC and PCB, because if we don't have longer tracks, those are not, do remember that whenever we do have longer tracks or traces, those are nothing but analogous to your antennas. Okay, these are going to act as antenna when we are dealing with the megahertz and the gigahertz frequencies. Okay, then RF currents that exist within the power and ground plane tend to couple to components, to cables, to peripherals and other electronic items within the assembly. RF current, gigahertz frequency currents. This undesirable coupling may cause improper operation and functional signal degradation or EMI. वो EMI generate करने वाला है. Okay. Aspect ratio. So an efficient antenna can exist with dimension down to lambda by 20. अगर उसका length lambda by 20 से ज्यादा होगा तो ही वो lambda क्या है, ऑपरेटिंग फ्रीक्वेंसी, सॉरी ऑपरेटिंग फ्रीक्वेंसी का वेवलेंथ है. सो लेट अस से ऑपरेटिंग वेवलेंथ. ओके, अगर उसका lambda by 20 से ज्यादा है तो it is going to act as a antenna. So what we do, we put these screw to the metal chassis, and the distance between the screw is not more than lambda by 20, not more than, you can have less distance but not more than lambda by 20. So this is going to reduce your RF coupling. Then image planes. The concept of image plane says that an image plane is a layer of copper or similar conductive material internal to PCB. This layer may be identified as voltage plane, ground plane or zero reference. मतलब वहाँ पे कुछ connected नहीं है, but you can have the ground plane as well as the power plane also. Plane adjacent to signal routing layer always try to decouple the interference in between the two. Okay, the image plane provides the low impedance path for the RF currents. Always remember that the currents always follows a path of low impedance. Okay, low impedance की बात हो रही है, only resistance की बात नहीं है, impedance की भी बात हो रही है, because we do have resistance, inductance and capacitance associated with the planes. So what is the concept of image plane? So we do have a signal path and high frequency return path. So always try to have the high frequency return path and low frequency return path spaced away from each other. Okay, always place them away from each other. And over here, this is an example of 8-layer PCB. यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है कि outer microstrip है, embedded microstrip है, मतलब tracks है. Okay, non optimal for flux cancellation. एक दूसरे से जो फ्लक्स जनरेट होने वाला है, इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड जनरेट होने वाली है, ये कैंसिल आउट नहीं कर रहे हैं. तो क्या कर रहे हैं कि भाई यहाँ पे एक इमेज प्लेन रख दिया. ओके, सो व्हाट विल हैपन फ्रॉम दिस प्लेन टू दिस प्लेन, ये कपलिंग हट जाएगा. लेकिन यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है, ये वाला स्ट्रिप लाइन लेयर 1 2 and 3, this layer will couple RF energy to strip line layers 1 and 2, which is exactly what we do not want. We do not want to have the coupling. Therefore ये image plane बहुत ज़्यादा important रोल प्रोवाइड करता है वहां पे. वो रिमूव करता है, रिमूव नहीं करता लेकिन लेट अस से टैकल करता है, हैंडल करता है, रिड्यूस करता है RF कपलिंग फ्रॉम adjacent planes. Okay, functional partitioning, proper placement of the components for optimal functionality and EMC separation is important in a layout. Grouping functional areas minimizes the signal trace length. बहुत ज़्यादा important है, जितनी कम रहेगी उतना बढ़िया है. Proper component placement also makes trace routing easier, thus enhancing the signal integrity. Okay. Then functional partitioning we can think about the adapter cards जो भी है, LAN है या फिर साउंड कार्ड है या फिर पोर्ट्स है, उनके कार्ड साथ में रखो. एनालॉग प्रोसेसिंग वाले कंपोनेंट साथ में रखो, मेमोरी सेक्शन साथ में रखो, स्लो आईओ स्पीड आईओ इंटरकनेक्ट साथ में रखो, सपोर्टिंग लॉजिक उसके एडजेसेंट रखो, सीपीयू एंड क्लॉक सिग्नल लॉजिक जो है वो साथ में रखो. सो वी आर एक्चुअली पार्टीशनिंग एवरीथिंग डिपेंडिंग ऑन द फंक्शनिंग. Then critical frequency throughout the reference is made to critical frequency of or high thread. Critical frequency are always at high thread. Clock and periodic signal traces that have wavelength greater than lambda by 20. अगर उनका length track length lambda by 20 से ज़्यादा है तो they are going to act like a antenna. So if your circuit is operating at 10 megahertz, it represents that its lambda is 30. Okay, lambda is nothing but C upon F. Okay, and so that we can say that okay, if lambda is 30, so 30 by 20 is equal to how much? 1 then 5. We cannot have track length more than 1.5 meter. If we do have a track length, continuous track length more than 1.5 meter, then tada, we do have the antenna over here. And this task become difficult when we go for more frequency ranges. Okay, we are talking about the PCB. Okay, 4 megahertz, your lambda is 75 centimeter, or I can say that 0.75 meter upon 20, and this comes around 0.75 upon 20 is okay. I cannot have the track length, oh sorry, track width and length not more than 3 millimeter. Okay, this becomes crucial. So still, if we think about the 4 megahertz, we definitely have the track lengths more than I will say that 5 centimeter. Okay, so how do we manage? Here we adjust their impedances. Okay, then terminations. Okay, ये adjust करते हैं, therefore we can go from 3 millimeter to 5 centimeter as well. Then bypassing and decoupling capacitor, those are very important. Active components and points in your circuit with which draw significant switching current should always be bypassed. Active components in your circuit which draw significant switching current should always be bypassed. Bypassing is using a capacitor across power rails. Selection criteria for bypass capacitor depends on the voltage and the time for voltage pulse. जो spikes आने वाले हैं उसका टाइमिंग कितना है. Equivalent series resistance जो internal to capacitor है and its effects on bypass capacitor. So ये अगर आप अच्छा कैपेसिटर चूज नहीं करते हो तो रेजिस्टेंस इज गोइंग टू क्रिएट इट्स ओन वोल्टेज एंड दैट will in turn will add to your coupling. Okay, so how to achieve the good bypassing? So always think about the operating frequency, always think about the materials used for that capacitor and the tolerances of that capacitor. Tolerances. Okay, you have to think about these three parameters. Then these were the bypass capacitors and decoupling capacitors. The main purpose of is to act as a temporary charge reservoir guarding against voltage drop. मतलब क्या कि pulse voltage तो कम होने वाला है, then decoupling capacitor are going to provide their energy so that voltage drop will not be observed in the signals. Okay, so you can say that कि decoupling capacitors are just like capacitors used in your DAC or not really DAC, ADC or rectifiers. जहां पे आपका analog signal होता था and your analog signal has been rectified and it gets smoothened due to the discharging time of the capacitor. ये क्या है? Discharging time. Okay, so the abrupt change in the voltage levels has been smoothened due to the capacitors. Okay. Then selection criteria of the coupling capacitor. The parasitics affects the equivalent series resistance and equivalent series inductance on performance of decoupling capacitor. जो internal values है वो matter करती है. Okay. So whether to go for SMD or the conventional one is up to you. Even if you consider the motherboard, you will have the conventional capacitors as well as SMD packages associated with it. Okay, then we do have design techniques for ESD protection. We are running out of time, but be with me for more 5 minutes. Electrostatic discharge protection. So printed circuit boards must incorporate protection against the electrostatic discharge events that can enter IO interconnection locations that user can physically touch. इसके लिए फिर guard bands आते हैं. Okay. फेल्यूर मोड्स फ्रॉम ईएसडी इवेंट. क्या क्या फेल्यूर हो सकता है? आपका कंपोनेंट उड़ सकता है या फिर आपका ऑपरेशन एंड लॉजिक ऑफ द सर्किट मे चेंज ड्यू टू द अनवांटेड स्पाइक्स, वोल्टेज स्पाइक्स. ओके, तो कौन कौन सी चीजों का ध्यान रखना है सो दैट वी कैन रिमूव द ईएसडी? आप फिल्टर्स यूज करते हो, शील्डिंग यूज कर सकते हो, हाई इंपीडेंस एंटीना एट ट्रांसमिशन एंड रिसेप्शन यूज कर सकते हो, देन फॉलो द ट्रेस रूल्स और ट्रैक विड्थ एंड लेंथ रूल्स, देन यूज द बाय passing and decoupling capacitors. A new term over here, transwarp डायोड्स आप यूज कर सकते हो. ये जो डायोड्स है स्पेशल मटेरियल्स के बने होते हैं which are useful to catch or block high voltage pulses passing through the connections such as power supply outputs, power and signal lines leaving a product. Okay, तो उनके लिए वो स्पेशल डिजाइन डायोड्स है. And this is the last point for the unit, guard bands. Guard bands are different from the guard traces. Guard traces are nothing but you can think about the image planes. Okay, guard bands are intended to minimize electrostatic discharge risk to the PCB when they are handled by the edges or when they are used within the plastic enclosure. Static charge develop हो जाता है. So always you do have the guard bands where we can hold that PCB. If you put your fingers, bare fingers on the tracks, you will going to give a shock to those PCB components. So to protect everything, we have a special ring around the PCB to handle the PCB itself. So these are the guard bands. Okay, that was the last point from the unit number 4, and we have summarized the understanding of all points which we studied, we understood in previous 3 lectures and the previous 3 years as well. Okay, that's all for unit number 4, and probably you might have understood what is there in the unit, what kind of topics we have to incorporate into our answers. Okay, that's all for today's session. And leaving the rest of the thing up to you, I am going to float the assignment for unit number 4 just the way we did in the previous units. Write down your own notes in your own handwriting, in your own notebook. Write down the page numbers as well on the notebook and upload that PDF as an assignment. Okay, you will have 3-4 days ka time, no problem, because you need to study only 15 or 16 pages. Okay, that's all for today's session, everyone. Take care. Bye bye.